Hey, it's Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com, and we are here to announce our new pricing effective midnight on November 8th Eastern. So if you'd like to subscribe or purchase multiple a la carte sessions between now and the night of November 7th, you are more than welcome. These prices do not take effect until 12:01 a.m. on November 8th Eastern Time. So for those of you in other countries, keep that in mind, or in other states. Basically, it's the exact same menu of services we've had for years and years and years. We just, inflation hits us. All of our prices go up on running everything we do, from insurance to various software to basically everything. And so I just have to raise my prices accordingly to keep up. Apologize, but I got to do what I got to do. But I'm giving you guys like months and months and months ahead of time so you know that this is happening. And this only affects you if you are not a current member. If you are a current member, your prices never, ever, ever go up as long as you stay a current member. If you cancel, pause, and come back, you'll be at whatever the new price is. So I've got people who have got the same price, who've been with me for a full 8 years since 2016, and they have some crazy cheap prices. And you know what? I appreciate their loyalty. They stayed with me during COVID. They get to keep that pricing. And if they sell their practice, well, then we can talk about that if you sell your practice. So we've had that happen. There's always a transition. We can have a transition period with the new doctor for, a period of time, 3 months or so at the old pricing. And then we can always work out new pricing. But that's on a case by case basis. So reach out to me if that happens, if you're going to retire or sell your practice and you are a current client. So basically, I'm not going to go too much through the options because I think I have so much content on this already from previous years where I posted this, where I go into it in great detail. So if you want to know more about our a la carte sessions, just go into Straightsmile Solutions Services a la carte. Look at all of our videos we've made. It explains exactly how it works. We also have an FAQ section. Pretty much every single contingency is covered, and you can get that in our website. Go find FAQs. If you can't find it, let me know. Shoot me an email, info@straightsmilesolutions.com. I will send you the link. If you have any questions at all and you're just hesitant to sign up, I am super happy to talk to you. I'm happy to talk to you regardless, even if you don't have questions. I'd love it if you scheduled a free phone call first before you purchase the session, just so we can make sure it's right for you. For example, I had someone who reached out to me a month or two ago and she's like, "Hi, I have this 4-year-old. I want to do expansion." I'm like, "Nah, I don't do expansion on 4-year-olds. Sorry. Just not my thing. Risks outweigh the benefits, in my opinion. It just gets messy with insurance billing and liability. Not my thing. I'm an orthodontist. There's other people who can teach you this. Let me send you to somebody who can." And I have a lot of strategic partners. I had someone else who's like, "I want to learn how to do MARPEs and implant supported expansion on adults." Yeah, no, I don't do that either. So please take the time to go through my FAQs if you can, because I pretty much hit all the contingencies there on what type of cases you do. And you're more than welcome to schedule a free phone call before you even drop a penny. I will chat with you as long as we're not sharing records or talking about the case specifically, just, hypothetical scenarios. You can reach that at my contact page. You'll say free non-clinical consultation. You do have to be a dentist to schedule this. If you are a consumer, I will cancel it and I will Google you. I will look you up. You better exist. I got to know what dental school you went to, your practice website. You need to be a dentist. And I get consumers who try to sneak in and they get canceled in a hot second. And if you're an industry professional, then you're not a dentist. If you're a hygienist, sure, no problem. Everyone else, I'm gonna find out the reason. If you're trying to sell me your product or service, nah, most likely, unless it's something I'm really interested in, I'm gonna cancel that. Sorry, my time is worth something. We do bill industry professionals if you wanna have a meeting. So we can let you know what the pricing is for that. But basically, yeah, let's chit chat about it. Let's make sure it's a good fit. And somehow magically, if we do have the session and it's not a good fit for whatever reason, and you decide that it's better to refer it out, as long as we decide in the first 5 to 6 minutes of the meeting, no problem. I give you a credit for another meeting at another time. That's not a problem. Just try to use it within a year. You can also purchase a la carte sessions in bulk upfront with a pretty hefty discount. We can talk about how that works at the current rate, as long as you do this before November 8th. By the evening of November 7th, as long as the transaction goes through, we're good to go. I'm trying to think of what else I can tell you. Remember, the premium is not for aligner cases. It is only for braces and phase 1. things like that. It just, aligners requires me to log in and it's a whole nother workflow. So premium is just for braces, and phase one, 10 cases per month max. So I didn't used to have that 10 cases per month, and I had some people who were just ridiculous sending, 20, 30 cases a day. So I was like, okay, I got to start putting a limit on this. I think they're all gone now. So they worked their way out, thankfully. Definitely lost money on that for a long time, but I try to keep my promises. And yeah, I mean, definitely you can just do 1 month for concierge. Here's the thing, you're going to be on auto bill. That's just how it goes. Unless you tell me the first day you subscribe, you need to give me one full billing cycle to cancel, one full billing cycle. So if you tell me the second you subscribe, I'm only doing this for 30 days, no problem. We're going to go ahead and cancel that. But just remember, you won't auto renew, that your portal, your HIPAA compliant portal will shut down after 30 days. So, use it for as much as you can and enjoy it. And the only aligner companies we directly log into, I'm just sorry, some of them are just such a pain to use, are Invisalign, ClearCorrect, and one white label company. Otherwise, everyone else, you're going to have to do Zoom sessions. Or if you can find a way to send visual links so we can review it, that's fine, give feedback. But if it's a janky ass, excuse me, it's been a day. If it's a janky something portal, I'm not dealing with it. It's just not worth my time. So if you want to use a cheaper brand with a cheaper portal, that's fine. But then that clunkiness is on you. So I'm sorry, but I used to be more flexible, but it's just too frustrating. And to be honest, those three companies do amazing work, and you can use any scanner with ClearCorrect or the white label company in the US, and they do amazing work. I've seen hundreds, thousands of cases. So I'm pretty comfortable with just limiting it to those. There's certain aligner companies I absolutely will not work with, and that is listed in my FAQ. You need to take some time to see if one of yours, I'm not going to name them on this video. It's only because either their outcomes are atrocious, and I'm just so tired of seeing patients messed up. And again, this is in my clinical opinion. And I'm not going to tell you exactly the reason, or I've been entangled with their legal teams. They're just not nice people. They've treated me poorly, and I've been told by my attorneys that I am not allowed to consult on them. So I'm not going to give you the exact reason why they're on my naughty list, but if you're on my naughty list, I'm sorry, I can't help you with those cases. So take a few moments to see what my naughty list includes. I will not explain the why behind something being on my naughty list. Take it with a grain of salt, but you land on that for a reason, and you can find someone else to consult with you on that. There's always plenty of orthodontists who will help you with cases out there. So this is just the ones I do. This is just the way I do it. And if you fit into my neat little box, that's great. I'm super glad to help you. I'm super responsive. If you are a concierge or premium client, you're going to get amazing service. Concierge, you're going to get service same day within 24 hours, 365 days a year. A la carte, it could be up to 2 weeks for you to get a meeting. Sorry, I've got to give priority to my concierge and VIPs, then my premiums, then my a la cartes. That's just how it works. If I'm traveling, I do not do Zoom meetings during that time. And I do travel for CE courses, for my family, for volunteering. That's part of the beauty of doing what I do, is that I'm able to help my community and do a lot of community service to the causes I care about, both dental facing and non-dental facing. As well as I'm able to be an active part of my family. And my kids are heading off to college, and I like the ability to be able to be part of their lives. So I take my laptop with me, and every day I'm working. You can ask my kids. I'm always on. I'm always working. But doesn't mean you can always get a Zoom meeting. So those are reserved for when I'm in my home office. So sometimes there's a little bit of a wait for that. But I do my best, and I'm very responsive on our portal. You will get an answer within 24 hours, always. I mean, of course, if there's a hurricane or a major disaster, things may happen. That has not happened to me in 8 years. I have yet to drop the ball in 8 years. So knock on wood. But if I do have contingency plans set up. So don't worry about that. All right, that's pretty much it. That's how it works. I look forward to having you as one of my special clients. I take a very small handful, and to be honest, if you're a pain in the ass, I will no longer work with you. And there's been a few people I've had to fire, even though they're paying me. If you and I don't get along and you're unpleasant to work with, I don't want your money. Thank you, no thank you. So I've had to boot a few people out of my consulting practice, even though they paid nicely. So it's not worth it. I am far too advanced in my career to get ulcers and headaches from not respectful doctors. So it's a mutual thing. So that's why I really recommend that you do take that initial phone call and take me up on that offer just to chit chat, just to make sure our personalities sync, and that you're going to like working with me. And remember, my goal is to give you the best possible outcome that's realistic and healthy for the patient. I'm not going to let you boss me around and do crappy work. So definitely take a look at all my content on compromised cases. If you're going to take really hard red cases, I'm going to push back and tell you sometimes you can't do it. And I'm going to tell you why you need to refer that case out. Not trying to push it on my ortho friends necessarily. I'm just trying to do what's right, and to protect you as well as myself. If I'm telling you shouldn't be taking a case, you shouldn't be taking a case. And remember, it's always standard of care to explain the risk, benefits, and alternatives to every single patient. And sometimes jaw surgery is the best option. Sometimes we need to have that explained first before we can backpedal back to an improved plan. And if the risks and liabilities for the improved plan outweigh the benefits, sometimes you just can't do it even though the patient wants you to. That's just how it is. It's a great way to lose your license. All right, thanks so much.